So, they greet each other. The customer says if he can find, whatever. And sometimes, depending on the group and the students, if they are enthusiastic about it, I let them create the dialogues. If they're not so proactive, I will have like guidelines of what I want them to say in the dialogue.
Okay. And you said this could be a part of a quiz or an exam, or is it just like a online activity?
No, this is part of the exam.
Okay.
But in online class, I'm not able to do this type of activities as much as I would like, because obviously time is an issue. But when I taught on campus, I used to do this type of activities in a weekly basis, and they were fun, and students seem to like it a lot.
Okay. And now, during your exams, do you provide, I guess, are there any other additional resources that are available to the student?
During or before?
During. Or either one, actually.
Well, I give them a study guide before the exam. But other than that, no, really.
Okay.
I mean, they should. Usually the study guide is pretty. It's pretty wide, so it's basically everything we've covered. But I just put it in half a page, kind of like a summary. But it's basically everything we've covered so far.
Okay.
But they love to have a study guide, and it helps them a lot.
And do you know what types of study materials they create for themselves?
Yeah, the flashcards. They create flashcards. I have some students recording their voices, and they've asked me if they could record the class because it helps them. So I guess that's learning strategies that they use. Some of them like to write things, to memorize it.
Okay. Are there any types of assessments you'd like to do with your students that you can't do now, or that you don't do?
I would love to take them outside of the classrooms and just, assess them in the real world, doing an activity in the real world. But it takes a lot of time planning, and and it's kind of difficult. But maybe in the future, I guess a suggestion would be to have I don't know if you guys have I'm sure you do books in other countries, right? So maybe having like an online chat room where students could meet and get to know each other, and if they're learning, let's say, English in Mexico, they could pair up with a student that is learning Spanish here, and they could practice. That could be a pretty cool assessment.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Yeah. But, it's hard to plan, especially online.
Right. Right. Now, could you explain a little bit about, I guess, what would you think the students would get out of going on a field trip, per se, like if you took them outside of the classroom?
They could take a real life experience, and that's going to be far more meaningful than spending 2 weeks in the classroom. And also the fact that we're always in the classroom, just get them outside. It's going to be something new for them, and they're going to see, I don't think they will see me as, the teacher. They'll just see me as somebody else on the street. You know what I mean? And for many students, the teacher figure is kind of intimidating for some reason. I don't know why, but they get nervous and they're tense in the classroom. So that also doesn't help them to learn all of the concepts or, the 100% of their abilities.
Now, do you have any concerns around cheating on assessments?
In my online class, yes, I do. Actually, yeah, I do. But I know when they are cheating, and I immediately address it. Because, I can, since I see them and I hear them, it's something simultaneous. If I ask them, what's your name? And in Spanish, obviously. If I ask, what's your name, or how old are you? And it takes too long, or I see that their eyes go somewhere else, that is not the screen, then, and the first time I wouldn't say anything, the second time I wouldn't say it. But if it's something that keeps going on and on during the whole session, then I address it. On campus, not really. I've never had an issue of a student cheating. Students are, for the most part, they're very honest.
Okay.
Or in my experience.
Okay. Now, how do you make sure that your assignments fit into the time frame of the course? Are there any types of trade-offs that you're making?
How do I make sure that what?
That your assignments fit within the time frame of your course? Like, how do you make sure you can cover all the material that you want to within the time frame that you have for your
deadline.
course?
Deadline. Yes, they have a deadline for everything.
Okay.
So, yeah, on the syllabus, the last page of the syllabus is an assignment calendar. On that assignment calendar, they know what they're doing each week.
Okay. And then I guess from your point of view, are there times where you wish you can maybe just cover a few more topics, but you don't have enough time? Like, are there things that you would trade in order to fit in those extra topics?
Say it again, please.
Sure. I guess that, aside from your syllabus, are there ever times where you wish, you could fit in just maybe one or two more topics? And if there are, what are some of the things you would trade in order to get those in?
Oh, yeah. Yes, absolutely. I would love to cover more than I do. What I would trade is I wouldn't really trade anything because I think all we do is necessary for them to learn it. I would just like to have more time. But I mean, the only thing I could trade the concept for the content, the language is for the culture activities that I do, but I